Welcome to the Own Your Family, where real stories and proven formulas are shared about leaving the rat race so you can achieve freedom and spend more quality time with your family. Get ready, mompreneurs and dadpreneurs, to get inspired by earning from home, living healthy, and aspiring for more in life with your hosts, Renat and Katrina.
Today, my guest of honor is coming all the way from London, and she is on fire. Her name is Laura Hurubaru, who is a business strategy coach, the founder of From Scratch to Cash Fast University, and is running her own digital online business. Laura, welcome.
Hi, Katrina. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so honored to be here and to be able, to speak in front of your audience and, inspire them with my story, with whatever I have to share. Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining with me today, Laura. It's a great pleasure to have you here. This week, I have been praying and looking to interview someone with online coaching backgrounds. And there you go. You came just right on time.
Thank you. Thank you. You know how they say, everything happens in perfect timing, divine timing, and everything is, there is no coincidence. Everything is as it's supposed to be. So yes, I'm very happy to be here.
That's true. I like that word, divine timing. Okay. So before we start the interview session, how is it going there in London in this coronavirus period?
Well, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that for my birthday, I will have a present from the universe where the kids go back to school. I'm very honest with you. But they only planning on starting with reception year 1 and year 6, and my kids are year 2, so they will not go back to school this year. I don't think they will, probably in September, but yeah. Yes, so they are relaxing some rules and they're encouraging some people, some trades to go back to work, but still maintaining social distancing and still, providing rules and regulations for how the businesses should operate. So, minimize the effect of spreading the virus. Yes.
All right, same here in Belgium. I'm glad to see that lockdown measures are now slowly being lifted, but in fact, this week, most shops are back to reopening.
Awesome. Yay. Yes, because it's been a little bit challenging, I'll be very honest, having the kids at home all day long and having to run a business, and not having time for yourself at all. Because before that, usually my Fridays are days off, so I don't work, I don't do anything but me, but now I don't have anywhere to go, I can't do it me, So yes, but yeah, I'm hopeful, in time we at least can go out more.
Yes, but on the other hand, this time is a great opportunity to do something at home. So that's why digitizing is the new way to go, like online shopping, digital business, right?
Yes, that's true. For a lot of people, it's going to be like a wake-up call. And finding different ways to earn an income, different ways to spend their time, different ways to take care of themselves, of their health, and so on and so forth. Yes, obviously.
That's true. So Laura, it's very interesting to know your story and how you made it where you are right now. You're actually a Romanian-born and now based in London. So can you share to us your background before you started your online digital business?
So yes, I am originally from Romania. I came in the UK in 2015. I started out in my profession as an IT person, a software developer, C++ programming. It's an ancient language now. So I started in 2003 as a software developer, and then I moved and climbed, the ladder in the corporate world, worked for almost 15 years and went being a team leader, a software development manager, then senior development manager, till associate director, and having teams working for myself, building software worth of millions of pounds these days. Yes. that's in a nutshell, if you are interested in my technical background or in my career background.
All right, great. So you really have a vast background in the corporate
Yes,
business.
yes. My background comes from yes, corporate, working with processes and teams, and I've been doing coaching in there as well. And there is a framework called Agile, which you build your software in a certain way. So I've been coaching teams, leading teams, and lead transformational programs in terms of culture, but also how they do the work to be more effective and much more with quality, with higher quality. Yes, much more higher quality. Yes.
Great. All right. So Laura, tell us, how did you actually transition? I mean, from being a corporate business person or a corporate employee to someone working at home, having your own business.
Yes, it was always my dream, to be honest. My first attempt at having my own business was in 2011, I think, and I had my kids in 2012, and I wasn't very successful at the time. But this time around, in 2018, I had this business idea. It was still because of my kids. I had to quit my job because I had to fire my au pair. She was bullying my kids, and I said, I'm not doing this to them. I'm not going to let a stranger to do that to them. So I had to quit, and it was in July. And at that time, it was very hard to find somebody new, replace them soon. So it's like I quit. And then I had a plan to go back in to work, but as a contractor, as a freelancer. But I think the universe had other plans. And then I said, what if now is the time to go back to my dream that I always had, to have my own business? And then from there, I had this idea in February 2018. I will never forget it. And then you see what I have now. Yes, kind of, yeah, that's a transition. I was kind of forced into it.
What a story, Laura.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry that you had to fire your au pair. However, that on the other hand, that was a wake-up call for you to follow your dreams.
Yes, I was thinking I was already going to events, I was already investing, but I wasn't, my plan was that I'm having exit plan from the corporate, and I'm doing it part on the side, while I get it to a certain level till I can get, and leave the corporate job safely. But like I said, the universe said something else. Had other plans, and looking back, now I know it was the only way, because I am that person who gives everything. Whatever I'm doing, I put my all to it. So if I have a problem with my kids, for example, I'll do whatever to help my kids. If I have a problem in my job, I'll make sure I put everything I have to solve that problem. So therefore, it would have not worked to have it both, because I would have probably focused more on my job than actually make sure I'm taking the steps and the actions required, to have results in my business. So I think like I said, the universe did me a favor and, allowed me or gave me the opportunity to focus full on making this business work. Yes.
Yes, that's so inspiring, Laura. So I would like to know, can you describe to us your feeling when you were transitioning from one working in the corporate to now managing your own time and being your own boss? Because I know there's a huge difference from these.
There is a huge difference, and there is a huge mindset shift, and it can feel very lonely, because when you go to a job, you have a boss. He will tell you, or she will tell you what to do, right? What's your next assignment? If you did all right, and if you need help, you have someone to go to, plus your peers, your co-workers. You always can, ask them, for help, or what will you do in this case, and so on and so forth. And even if it's not work related, you don't need help, just the fact that you can for 10 minutes step outside and talk to somebody about the last movie they saw, it's still, you are surrounded by people. And when you work from home, you have nobody. You are your own boss, and you sometimes are your worst boss, because you don't give yourself a slack, you don't give free time, you don't give yourself rewards and bonuses and so on and so forth. You actually beat yourself up, push to do more, and so on and so forth. So yes, it can become difficult from that perspective, because it can feel very lonely. And the second thing that changed, which I had an impact on my health, I did not pay attention till it was a little bit too late. Let's just say not too late, because I caught it, but people don't expect to happen, is I changed my eating patterns and routines, and I did not realize I was harming myself, because I wanted something quick, something quick, I don't have to spend time cooking, I don't have to spend time cleaning, so I can go back to work again, and make my business work. So then I had, not as healthy choices, which led for me to, have some issues with my health. Yes.
But were you able to resolve that part?
Of course, because for me, the way it showed was in lack of energy. Like I had no energy throughout the day. And for me, this is like my fuel. If I don't have energy to take care of myself, I couldn't, I didn't have energy for anything really. So I said, I need to sort this out. So therefore I looked for solutions. I hired special help, and they helped me, and now I'm good. Now my energy is back again. Yes. But yeah, it was because of my poor choices in what I choose to eat, because I wanted quick. Now I don't have time, I need to do this, and so on and so forth. So those are the two things that I think people don't really expect. It's good for a month or two, but after a point it becomes really challenging, and you need to have some support structures in place to make sure you move forward in a constant pace, but also positive.
It's really true what you said, Laura, that you really have to put all things in order. You got to be good at time management as well.
Mm-hmm.
At
Yeah.
the end of the day, you will be the one doing all the tasks. You will be your own boss. And number one is that as an entrepreneur, we have to be willing to work for free during those first
Yes, and don't expect results, but also being able to recognize your small wins, because it's from these small wins that the big success comes. And then even though that small win didn't bring your next client, but it's the next step towards getting your next client, it's still a big win, right? Because it's a journey, and it's made out of these small wins, and learning to celebrate and acknowledge yourself for all these small wins along the way, it's key, because otherwise you feel like you're not doing anything and you're going in vain in circles, and actually you are on your journey, but you can't see it until you cross over. Something like that. Yes.
Thank you for that message.
Yes, and it's really mandatory, like you said. You have to be ruthless with your time. You have to be very conscious what you spend your time on. Learn to delegate, because I learned to outsource the things that I didn't want to do, so learn how to do that, and what is required to be in-house, in a way that you have to learn as a CEO, and what can be done by other people, so you can focus on the activities that have the highest value in your business, right?
Right. Okay. So you studied computer science, is
Yes.
Yes. So definitely you have backgrounds in solving problems,
Definitely, yes. That's one of my skills to solve problems. Yes.
Did it really help you to do what you're doing now? Because as an
Definitely. I mean, a business really is solving problems all the time. You know, it's like really now you solve, let's say, a 5-figure business problems, then you move solving 6-figure business problems, then you move into solving 7-figure business problems. It's really a series of problems that you solve. So yes, obviously that my problem solving helped, because I know, okay, what do I need to do? It's a very pragmatic way of looking at things. This doesn't work. What do I know? I need to do? I tweak it and see what happens. And also this kind of not researching, but experimenting kind of thinking. You know, it's just let's do some research, see what happens, change this, see what happens, change that, see what happens, and take it like let's see what's happening, you know, like a test. No, I did this and it didn't work, oh, I'm a failure. No, this didn't work, let's tweak it and see next thing, does it work, yes or no, is it better, is it worse, you know, and do like an analysis and understanding, you know. And this is how it is. You will be tweaking, you will be trying different things till you succeed. And you know, I love this saying where they say, I don't remember who said it, but I didn't fail 90 times. I just found 99 ways that don't work till I find the 100th that work, you know. So it's not failing, and failure is part of success. You need to fail, you know, many times till you actually find the right way that gives you the, you know, the result that you expect. Yes.
Such a comforting word to hear, Laura.
Yes.
So you think that being a problem solver is an essential.
Essential. Yes.
Answer.
Yes. Essential. It's a series of problems, and you move to the next problem, and then the next problem, and then the next problem, and then eventually you have something working, you know. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, I'd like to know, who is your greatest inspiration in life? And why?
Yes, for me, it's not a secret. Everyone knows it's Anthony Robbins. I love the guy. I mean, I was in an event you know, a while back, and women are looking at me, Laura, I need to, you know, couple you with Tony Robbins because you can't even speak, you know, like it's that, you know, kind of inspiration and that kind of admiration for him that is like, if I will meet him now, I think I'll choke. I don't think I'll be able to speak. But the reason why is because, you know, I've read his book, I watched his videos mostly on YouTube, and I could see how he was coaching people, and I could see in his eyes how genuine he was and how loving and caring he was. And then I could see it on people's faces, the transformation. I could see it hit, you know. And I always wanted to be able to do something like that, because for me it's like it's amazing, you know. It's like science fiction for kids, you know, like to be able to do that if you just saying few words, you know. It's not just saying few words, it's really knowing what to say, when to say it. It's more than that. But you know, with his skill, the impact that he has on those people, and the energy and everything he brings, you know, in the room. And so yes, he is my inspiration. I'm looking up to him, and I want to be like him, you know, and so on and so forth. Yes.
He is a very inspiring person. I
Yeah.
would love to watch his videos as well on YouTube, and hopefully one day I get to see him live on
Yeah.
stage. So
Yes.
part of my dreams.
Yes, it's an inspiring and like life-changing experience. I've been to UPW 2 times already, so yes, I would recommend to anyone to go. I am even, you know, praying that the God will keep him alive enough so my kids can see him live, you know, because he changed my life. I mean, he changed my life. Yes, through his work, he changed my life.
Yes, I said amen to that. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Thank
what do
you.
you love most about your current profession that you didn't experience when you were working in the corporate as a software developer?
Yes, I know it's going to sound like a cliche, but it's really doing what I want to do, when I want to do it, with whomever I want to do it. Like really, if I want to try something, nobody can tell me, no, we need to think about X, and doing the politics bullshit, you know, that you always feel in the corporate, not, you know, attending to somebody's egos, or, you know, there are no money, but I didn't ask for money. And so I like all kind of excuses not to do something, because, you know, people are not as responsive to trying new things and taking risks and so on and so forth. They really want a cozy job. No problems for me. Let's take the known route. And I was never taking the known route. I was always trying new things and wanting to improve and change. And so I did not have a very smooth, job, like very smooth career, to be honest. So for me, being able to implement whatever ideas I come up with, really choosing whom I work with, when I work, even now, for example, with the coronavirus, if I would have had a job, like a traditional job, 9 to 6, I would have had to be glued to the laptop to prove that I'm working, and my kids, if they need me, I can't do anything about it. It would have been very, very, very challenging. In this case, it was challenging. So what do I do? What do I do? What can I do? Half of a day I spend it with my kids. So I'm there. So I'm taking care of their needs, doing the school's activity, playing time, playing with them, spending time with them. And the afternoons, I'm doing my business. Yes, I cut the hours almost in half, but I can do this, and it's allowing us to have like a good experience of this lockdown, instead of remembering mommy was always on the phone in the meetings and shouting at us because she wanted quiet. It's a different experience for all of us, not just for my kids, but for me as a mom and for their father, because he works from home. So that's my like that I love the most, and I always wanted. I just want to make my own time. I just want to work when I want to work, when I'm very productive. And if I want more money, I put more hours. But if I don't, I'm okay. I can decide when I stop, which couldn't be done in my previous roles. Not really.
Nice. The word there is freedom.
Freedom, yes, freedom. So because I also wanted digital, I just didn't want my own business. I wanted to be an online business, because yes, freedom is a very strong value for me. Like, I really want to be free to try things. I really want to be free to do only what I love to do. I want to be free if today I don't feel good, I don't want to work, I really want to rest, and so on and so forth. And I wanted to be anywhere in the world. Like, really, I don't want to spend, like, if I want to see the sun and if I can afford it, why wouldn't I go to see the sun? Why do I have to ask permission to my boss to go and see the sun? And then him telling me, but what about your job? Like, it's taken care, because otherwise I wouldn't ask. But those silly questions, no. So for me, no, it wasn't a fit. It wasn't a fit. Like, really, freedom was and it still is a very huge value for me. And this business allows me to do that. Yes.
That's really nice to hear. Thank you for that, Laura. So in this digital or information age of doing business, I'm sure that there are also challenges that you encounter in the industry. So can you tell us, what are they?
What I believe the biggest challenge is there is too much information, and also not really high transparency around how much money you need to invest, how much time you need to invest, what actions do you need to take really to make it. And a lot of people, they think they become millionaire overnight, and they hope that if they bought a 2,000 euro course, group coaching, whatever, they will have their 10K month business, and it's not going to happen. And there is not much transparency about that. There is so much information and ways of doing it, and that's okay, because everyone is different, and therefore every business is different. So obviously you'll find thousands of ways of making it, because everyone else was different and they made it in their own way. So it's very hard to figure out your own way, and get advice at the same time. How do you balance how much you trust yourself and what you want, and how much you take from other people? Because yes, you don't know everything. You don't even know what you don't know. So you need to learn from other people. But it's like, where is the balance between, I want this because this is who I am and this is the business I want to create and this is the model that I want to employ, and what am I taking as outside advice? So that can be confusing, that can be overwhelming, and that can lead to being stuck because you don't know what to do. Is it here or here? Do I do like them? Do I do like me? And it's like constant juggling between the two.
Right. Okay. So it's really also following which values should you go to? Is it your old values which you got from working as an employee, or following the new, sets of values that you get from your training? Right?
Values too, but also strategies, because whatever you are doing as an employee is not going to work as a CEO. Like you said already previously, you have many jobs. Like when I started, like in 2011, like I told you, and I realized I was failing, I put down all the jobs that I was doing, and I realized I was doing 40 people's jobs, like 40 jobs. If you put the management and everything, if you really lay down the structure, and it's like, I am not qualified, not even for a 10% out of this. I haven't been trained, I haven't been schooled, it's like, how can I expect to get any results doing less than a mediocre job, besides the fact I'm doing 40 people's jobs. So it's like that. You have many jobs and many hats you need to wear. You couldn't possibly have learned to do in your corporate job because you weren't wearing them then. So here is a measure or a fraction of, you need to pick up new skills and you need to learn from other people, but also understanding what your path. This is my path, and I'm taking what allows me to move on my path, in my way, and distinguishing between the two.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Laura. So as the leader of your own business, results matter to you a lot, correct?
Yes, definitely, yes.
So what kind of measurable results have you helped your clients achieve, and tell us about them?
So like my title says, from scratch to cash fast. This is what I help them get from no idea or hundreds of ideas of potential businesses that could have. We create the business idea and we launch it in less than 3 months. And what they can have is like from being not known, nobody knows they even exist, to having 45 people interested into their offer that we just created together. So they have their business idea, they have their package, they have a small audience to start marketing themselves and calling people to book a call with themselves, and also a test, like a beta test. I always go test before you do anything. So probably it comes from software, because you already test the software before you launch it. Yes. So you always test. So we create also a mini beta testing launch program. So they know, they get all that data before they starting building their website, doing their photo shoot, doing their PR, investing in ads, and so on and so forth. So they know they ticked all the boxes and they have a strong offer, people interested in their offer and willing to buy.
Right. Okay. Who is mainly your target market?
They're strong corporate women, 35, 45 in this bracket, age bracket. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So it's mainly women in the corporate.
Women in the corporate who want to launch a business like I did. Yes, who want to create their business, and they're so, it's very hard for them to know what is that they uniquely do, what is that they good, how do they, take a traditional job and make it into a business, right? How do they package their expertise so they can create a business around that? And it's not always straightforward, and it's not always easy to see. Why? Because most of the time, the people who are very talented, they have innate abilities, they are blind to them. They don't know why they're successful in their jobs, not really, and they don't know, how to take that's make them like problem solving. Yes, because you said about problem solving. I packaged problem solving basically in this business because I help them solve a problem, right? But they don't know how to package their expertise, the skills that they think sets them apart. How do you package that into a program, into an offer that you can launch a business around that? So I'm helping that. I'm helping them with that as well.
Okay, good. So for Laura Hurubaru, what does it mean to be a woman in this information or digital age?
Yes, it's like I think for women, this digital era is such a huge, not opportunity, but gift. Because now they can create the life that they want in the way that they want it, and they don't have to compromise either their career or their motherhood, being a mother. They really don't have to compromise that, and they have finally they have a tool that works for them. like really, because even if you go to, like if we have to look in history how women started getting to work and so on and so forth, and they used to stay at home and take care of the family, and then they moved into having jobs and more men jobs, yes, like really going everywhere in every field. They still are stuck to their 9 to 5 and even more than 40 hours a week, and if for some reason they want to stay home because they gave birth, they need to plan it to make sure they are still considered for a CEO, for example, or for a senior position, which is like they can't be moms and senior leaders at the same time. It's very, very tough. But in this, like, you create as your company as big as you like it to be, you give it as much time as you want to give it to it, right? You make obviously as much money as you put in it, obviously, but you also can have, your family time,
Right.
without having to feel like you're compromising anything, really.
Right. I like it when you said that digital is really a gift to all of us. It's such a blessing, because I'm also a mother, and I can feel for all the mothers out there who are doing, things at the same time being a mother. So that's really a challenging part. But with this digital, with digital age, we can do things we want at home.
Exactly. And do your schedule around your kids, and not having to answer to anybody when you feel like working, when you don't feel like working. Yes.
Thank you, Laura. Now, there are a lot of people out there, especially women, who are looking to start a new opportunity with digital business. What simple tips do you have for other women who would like to start their new digital career or business?
This is such a broad question, but I think they always have to find, a mentor or multiple mentors and groups to start, as joining them, and be around people, women, men, doesn't matter, but people who have similar dreams. Like if they want freedom, people who really want freedom. And because there is no one way that works, and there is no easy way to get there. The fastest way is to be surrounded by people who think like that, so you can learn from them. Yeah, don't go at it alone. I think it's dangerous, because I like to use the same metaphor with learning how to drive. You would not take the car to do it. Let's see how I'm doing on my own, and then I'll hire an instructor if I'm not that good. I believe business is very much like driving. The danger is that you will quit too soon because you don't have results, but you could also spend a lot of money and a lot of time and not getting anything back in return. So hire a mentor, hire a coach. Don't go at it alone. Of course, you'll need to self-educate on some level, but at least the coach can tell you, this is the next problem you need to solve. Let's start picking up some skills in that arena. You have a roadmap, and it's applied to you. So don't go at it alone. Surround yourself with people who have shared similar dreams. These are the two. If you follow this, I think you'll be well on your way, yes, to having your online business. Yes.
Great. Thank you for that, Laura. So what do you love most about life?
Oh, I love that question. What I love about life is actually you get to create it the way you want it, till the last detail. You can specify it to the last detail, and that's powerful and exciting. And I can't even have enough words to tell about it, but that's the beauty of it. You get to create it the way you want it. Like, how much more do you want?
All right.
Right?
Yes, that's very true. So Laura, to wrap up, I'd like to know, what's your favorite personal development book, and tell us a bit about it.
That's a hard question for me, because I read so many. I don't remember them all. I can tell you about my first book that, or the first book that I was aware is putting me on a certain path, and the book that I'm reading now. Will that work for you?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so the first book that I remember that set me on this path was The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. And it's about a lawyer who leaves his expensive suit and the Porsche and everything to go, to meet the monks and go somewhere in the desert and, have a study life, and then he comes back with what he learned and wants to teach other people as well.
Yes.
And the book that I'm reading now, it's called The Quantum Warrior, The Future of the Mind by John Kehoe. And the reason I love this book now and I'm reading it is because it brings more fact around what the quantum physics starts demonstrating, that, you know, the mystics always said, like, we always won, we create our reality with our thoughts and so on and so forth. So it's describing the relationship between our mind and our reality in a scientific way with facts proven by quantum physics and all the experiments. So I find it very interesting, and I love it because the science is picking up with what spiritual, you know, people already knew only at the intuitive level, but now we have the science proving it, which is very, you know, exciting for me to read and see and experience that. Yes.
Okay, that's so wonderful to hear, Laura. I really do appreciate your time and most of all your knowledge and expertise on business coaching. Do you have any final word before we end the interview?
I think what most people, when they're starting out, they really underestimate what it takes to succeed. And what I see mostly in the women that I'm working with, that money mindset plays a huge factor in their success. So even if you believe you don't have money issues, if it's the only thing you start working right now is on your money, I'm guaranteeing you'll be successful. Because I thought I didn't have money mindset issues because I had a 6-figure salary. So I thought, like, I'm earning as much. You know, there's not so many people who earn as much, right? But then when I started reading and working on myself and seeing my conversations with my prospects and so on and so forth, it would become obvious that I have some money mindset limitations. So if there is nothing else, you dedicate your time now. If you have more time available to you, spend on reading, you know, books on money mindset and work with yourself on your money mindset. I can promise you have a lot of baggage there that you're not aware of that will become handy when you will start your own business.
All right. It's really the money mindset.
Yes, money mindset. Okay. Yes.
All right. So for those who would like to reach you or follow you, how can they get in touch with you?
So I have my own website. It's my name, laurahurubaru.com. I also have a business page if you search for Get Your Name Out There. And I also have a free Facebook group with over 1,500 women already there looking to create business out of their passions and skills, called Business Women on Fire, Your Signature Business Quest. So they can, you know, whichever, they will point one to another so they can find me easily.
Okay. Once again, thank you so much to our special guest, Laura Hurubaru.
You're welcome, Katrina. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for, you know, doing this for all these people. And, you know, good luck, guys. Whoever is watching, good luck. And feel free to reach out. I'm always, you know, one advice away.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening. Join our online family by signing up for your free account at www.ownyourfamily.com and begin your journey to freedom. Want to get there faster? Book a strategy call with us at ownyourfamily.com/book a call. As always, be sure to leave a rating and subscribe to our podcast and channel so you never miss a future episode.